You see, the secret lies in the Murata gyro sensor. This is located just underneath his seat there. The Murata gyro sensor detects minute movements to calculate the slanting angle of his body. Now, once that slanting angle has been calculated, Murata boy rotates a flywheel in his chest, and that's going to help with generating reaction force and will correct that slant. Murata boy is going to perform this process over and over again so that he can maintain his balance and his riding position. Now, if you take a look up at the monitors here, you're going to see the energy consumption level of Eco Murata boy. The data for energy consumption is transmitted by a Murata Bluetooth low energy module. Bluetooth low energy consumes 90% less power as compared to a standard Bluetooth. So when it's used inside everyday consumer electronics products, it can improve energy consumption. Already, the Murata Bluetooth low energy module is inside some healthcare technology applications. And inside our booth here, you're going to be able to see other Murata innovations for healthcare technology. Now, the next thing we're going to do here is do a little bit of demonstrations of his riding skills for him. So we're going to have this set up from our operator over here who's going to be able to operate him and kind of get Murata boy to do some tricks for you, kind of driving forward, driving backwards. Like I said, all this without his training wheels. Move a little forward there, show him some backwards action. He backs up like me. I don't look when I back up either. He's doing a good job there. So you can see this is all happening with a Wi-Fi connection. So he's got a Wi-Fi signal that's going to help him steer forwards, backwards. Let's see, a couple other things up. I think he's already jumping into our next phase here. But I'll ask you, what do you think of him so far? Kind of fun, right? I'm like, who didn't want a robot when they were kids, right? I'd love to take a little guy like this home with me. Although I have to say, unfortunately, Murata boy, he's not for sale. He's not our giveaway. You can't buy one. But the reason we have him is because we want to show the innovations that we have in our booth into some kind of a product. Since we're a components company, we don't have an end user product, and that's why we have Murata boy here to show you how this stuff works. So we're going to do our next little trick here for you. What we're going to show you is how Eco Murata boy here is enabled to save energy implementing some of our latest sensor technology. So if you look at him right now, it might look like he kind of fell asleep on the stage here. You can see his head all tipped down and everything. He's not sleeping. What he's actually doing for us here is demonstrating standby mode. Now, this is so that he can save energy. All we have to do to wake him up is something really simple. I'm going to wave my hand right over his head. There we go, and he comes right back out of standby mode, pops his head up like that. See now, Eco Murata boy can detect changes in temperature due to human movement. This is using Murata's infrared sensors that are mounted in his helmet. Now, of course, he can come right out of standby mode, just like you could see that. Now, Murata infrared sensors are now being used more and more frequently inside liquid crystal televisions. This is to conserve energy. This is by switching them on and off automatically. Now, inside our booth here, you're going to see more Murata innovation inside other energy efficient equipment. Okay, so we're going to let him do a few more tricks and things up here, so a little bit more of the driving around, just because it's kind of fun to watch him here. Tell you a little bit about even just how he works here. And like I said, we've got technologies that can work with that Wi-Fi signal and the Bluetooth. Right now, everything's going on Wi-Fi, mostly just because we have a remote operator over here to do this stuff for us. What we're going to do right now is do a little trick for you here with if you notice the little flashlight that he has up on the front. And if you can't see it very well down here, you will be able to see it up on the monitor. He'll do a little zoom in for us here. Perfect. All right, so we'll go ahead. We're going to count it down so he can show off a little action here. So we're going to do 3, 2, 1. There, he just gave you a little flash. Now, it might not look like much, but this is actually one of the features that is incorporated into Murata boy here, along with a lot of other of our technology that we incorporate into Murata boy. Of course, like I said, this is the newest member of the family. There's actually Murata boy, the original. We have Murata girl, so he's got a cousin, and then Eco Murata boy, which this is his debut out here. He hasn't appeared here at CES before. Last year, if you happened to be at the show, you would have met Murata girl and the original Murata boy doing some of their stunts up there. Now, for him to do that little flash that he just did, aside from helping him drive at night, it actually has another function altogether. You see, what it is he's equipped with Murata's electronic double-layer energy device, or EDLCs, if you've heard of that. This is to help for quick charging and discharging. And it's a feature that we use to flash his lights. After the show, come into the booth and you can see how Murata EDLCs are being utilized inside other everyday electronics. So we're going to set him up here for his last stunt of the day, have him up here on the incline ramp here. So again, we're going to have that remote operator, so he'll be talking again with that Wi-Fi connection, so get him calibrated for all of that. Now, what he's got is a little camera in his head that's looking down. He can see the line of this incline, and that message is going back and forth, making sure that it's clear for him to continue and go up. In fact, oops, here, I'm tripping over his little thing here. You can see he's got his data up here, his information, and how much energy that he's using. This is being transferred by Murata wireless modules up here. And whoa, look at his progress up here. Woo! He got a little bit too fast. I think he's too much energy in him today. But you can see how this information here is being used inside, or innovation I should say, is being used inside smart utility meters and smart energy management.